Hey guys, Welcome Tang here, back on the streets, this time in Alhambra, California, with an idea to help people who come out here on the streets and they don't know what to take pictures of. Or if you have a larger body of work that you feel like is a little inconsistent, I think this idea could help a lot of you. However, if you feel like this is totally irrelevant and you like just taking pictures of anything and having things be a little more free flow, totally understand you can disregard this. That is one of the beautiful things about street photography, is that it can be quite democratic and open in that way. This is just to help those who need a little bit of direction. So what's the idea? Well, I think you can use creative brief writing or make a little creative brief for yourself for your street photography, or even just one project if that's how you want to do it. So that might leave you asking, what is a creative brief? Well, in short, a creative brief is written up by a creative director or someone else in marketing. It's handed off to photographers, cinematographers, etc., just to communicate the vision and cut down on any miscommunication and things like that. So how can you use one? Well, there are three main parts that I think you should focus on from a creative brief, and I think you really only need those three. All right, guys, so the three sections of the creative brief that I think you should focus on for your street photography or project is going to be your background, your objective, and your requirements. So let's start with background. For a marketing company, the background is going to be why the campaign's happening at all. And for your street photography, I think you want to think why also. Why are you out here? What's drawing you to the streets? What interests you? And you can kind of marinate on that, but I mean, for the purpose of the video, we'll kind of move on a bit. So if you need to write this on a document or even brainstorm on a sketch pad, feel free. I think that's going to be a healthier approach, or at least an approach that'll get you a little more organized. All right, so let's talk about the next section. All right, so this next section is going to be your objective or your goal. What do you want to accomplish with your street photography? This is going to help you figure out how you want to approach things in some ways. For example, if your major objective is just to have Instagram content, then just going out with your phone is great. If you want to hold a gallery exhibition, maybe you want to consider taking your camera out to shoot street photography. Not to say that there haven't been gallery exhibitions of iPhone photos, because we know that the content of the photos or how they resonate with people is much more important than what they were shot with. But those are just some things to consider. For example, I did some projects like Signs of Chinatown that are on my website, and I felt like the preservation was a important objective in and of itself. Or with this YouTube channel, I do want to talk to some people and have some interviews later on, but I think it's important to kind of show my personality on here a little bit and cement some of my thoughts here on YouTube. So think about your goal or objective, or even think about how to set one and how that might alter your course of action for shooting street photography. Guys, so this takes us to the last section of your creative brief for your street photography or your project. This is going to be your requirements. For this, I want you to think how. How are you going to shoot your street photography? How do you want to approach things, especially given that you've thought about why you're out here and what your goals are? So are you just going to take a phone out every time? Or are you going to get a Ricoh? Are you going to stick to one particular focal length? Any of those things will help you save time and kind of not have to use so much mental power every time you go out to shoot. Also, based on your first two sections, what kind of places are you going to go shoot? If you're interested in culture or exploring ideas like that, maybe you're going to be in Chinatown or Little Tokyo, Little Armenia, anywhere like that. If you're interested in gentrification or a city's changing landscape, maybe you're somewhere here like in Alhambra. That is going to be your requirements section. Think about how you're going to do your street photography or how you're going to shoot things, and this will save you a little time and thought process, but also help you to keep things a little more consistent. All right, guys, so that summarizes my thought process for today. If you're out here on the streets, you don't know what to take pictures of, or you want to have work that's a little bit more consistent, I think writing a creative brief can really help you out, especially these three sections. Your background, think about why you're out here. Your objective, what is your goal? And your requirements, how are you going to do it? So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.